The truck's engine growled like an angry beast as my son Ryan slammed it into reverse. His face twisted in a way I'd never seen, not just rage. But this cold, calculated stare sent a chill straight through me. He leaned out the window, voice dripping with pure venom. "Enjoy the bears, Mom." I stood frozen among the towering pines, watching my own son drive off into the thickening darkness. Those red taillights bounced wildly down the narrow dirt path, growing smaller until the forest swallowed them whole. Then came the silence. The heavy, crushing kind that hits when you realize the person you carried for 9 months, raised through scraped knees and broken hearts, has just tried to end your life. At 70, with arthritis gnawing at my joints, I was 15 miles deep in Michigan's northern wilderness. No supplies, no cell signal. Night closing in fast. Ryan had chosen this spot with precision. The realization landed like a punch to the gut. This wasn't a heated argument gone wrong. This was murder, planned, deliberate murder. My son had lured me out here to die so he could claim my savings, my house, my life insurance, everything. My hands trembled as I pulled out my old flip phone. No bars. Just as he'd expected. He'd scouted this remote area carefully, knowing help couldn't reach me. "You clever, wicked boy," I whispered into the cold air. The camping gear, food, my jacket, all gone with the man who'd sentenced me to exposure or worse. But Ryan had underestimated me badly. He saw a helpless widow with a bank account worth killing for. He had no clue what his mother truly was, a retired rural nurse who'd patched up loggers in blizzards, delivered babies in remote cabins, and camped these woods for decades. I started walking the way the truck had gone, boots crunching dead leaves. Pain shot through my knees, but I pushed it down. Survival mode kicked in. I'd faced worse. 30 years nursing in isolated towns, raising Ryan alone after his father passed. I wasn't dying tonight. Not over his gambling debts or messy divorce. The fight had spilled everything days earlier. Ryan owed $80,000 to loan sharks who'd already threatened his legs. His ex-wife, Sarah. Even the kids. House in foreclosure. Cards maxed. No job for months. He'd begged me to sign over beneficiary rights. When I refused, the mask slipped. "You're dying soon anyway, Mom." Why let the money rot when I need it now? That's when I knew. This bonding camping trip to our old family spot wasn't healing. It was execution disguised as tragedy, an elderly woman lost in the woods. Body found too late from exposure. Ryan would inherit nearly 300,000 plus assets, pay off debts, start fresh. But as I moved deeper, a low mechanical hum pierced the quiet. Machinery? Out here? Ryan picked this spot for isolation, so someone else must be operating illegally. I followed the sound, arthritis protesting, but experience guiding me. The hum grew louder, then abruptly stopped. The forest went unnaturally still, no owls. No rustling. Heavy footsteps approached fast. 3 days ago, I'd been packing sandwiches in my cozy kitchen, heart full of hope. Ryan had called sounding desperate, wanting to talk like old times. I thought we were mending fences after his father's death left us distant. He arrived disheveled, smelling of booze at 9 a.m., eyes bloodshot. I made breakfast, noticed his shaking hands, buzzing phone. When pressed, he broke. Gambling spiral since Dad died. Divorce draining him. Sharks closing in. I offered help for my savings. His eyes lit with hope, then shifted to calculation. "How much exactly?" "Mom, roughly 300,000. He went quiet, wheels turning. Suggested the trip north to plan without distractions. Touched by nostalgia, I prepared supplies. dug out old photos. Never suspected he researched remote spots to abandon me.
Now.
Footsteps neared. I hid behind a thick oak, heart hammering. A flashlight beam swept past. Tall figure in dark clothes searched intently. After tense minutes, they moved deeper. I waited. Nurse training studying me. Assess.
Plan.
I needed the old logging road east-west through the area for escape. But first, investigate that hum. Instinct said crucial. Pocket flashlight weak, but enough. I crept forward. After 15 minutes, gasoline and sharp chemical scent hit hard. Through trees, faint light glowed. In a clearing stood a camouflaged cabin, dark green paint blending in. Solar panels, trucks, trailer. Illegal on protected land. People moved inside. 4 or 5. Creeping closer behind a log, I saw large plastic containers in the trailer. Smell confirming, meth lab. Hidden deep, where rangers rarely patrolled. Phone dead. But I snapped blurry photos anyway. Voices carried. Locations risky. Someone finds us. Backing away.
My foot snapped a branch.
Loud as a shot. Voices halted. What was that? Someone's out there. Lights flooded. Exposed. I ran. 70-year-old legs pumped harder than expected. Crashing through brush. Shouts pursued. Find her. Old lady. How'd she get here? They were younger. Faster. But I knew these woods from childhood trips. Girl Scout days. Nursing calls. Lungs burning. Knees screaming. I changed direction toward rocky outcrop. Footsteps muffled. They lost me temporarily. She's gone. Keep looking. I caught breath, controlling inhales like our nights. After 10 minutes, voices faded wrong way. I descended. Found overgrown deer trail linking to logging road. Mind raced. Ryan hadn't just tried murdering me for money. He'd led criminals to me unknowingly. Truck passing their sight. They saw me as witness to silence. Irony bitter. Son's greed might kill me via proxy. But not yet. Logging road appeared. Easier path. Turned east toward highway. Phone still no signal. Checked obsessively. Must reach authorities before lab packs up. Before Ryan spins missing person lies. Mom wandered off. Memory issues. Searchers find body. He inherits. Debts vanish. Hours later. Streetlights appeared, Highway 47. 2 miles from town. 2 signal bars. Dialed 911. Voice hoarse. 911. What's your emergency? Eleanor Hayes here. Report drug lab in State Forest and attempted murder by my son Ryan. He abandoned me to die. Photos of meth operation 15 miles north of Highway 47. Ma'am. Stay online. Units en route. Relief, mixed dread. Ryan probably rehearsing tears at home. Planning false report.
He thought me dead.
Surprise awaited. As the cruiser pulled up, flashing lights cut the night. Officer Laura Bennett stepped out. Hand near holster. Mrs. Hayes, you okay? Tired.
Cold.
But alive. She wrapped me in a blanket. Poured coffee. In the warm car en route to town, I recounted everything. Ryan's debts. Desperation. Calculated abandonment for inheritance. Showed blurry photos. She radioed backup for my house. Ryan likely there rifling papers, and DEA for the lab. Pulling into my driveway. Ryan's truck sat out front. Lights on. Him moving inside. He's searching my documents already, I said grimly. More cruisers arrived. Officers approached door while I waited. Ryan answered. Shock evident. Gesturing wildly about lost mother. Then I stepped out. His face drained white. Mom? How I thought. You thought I was dead. That was the plan, right? He stammered denial. I'd wandered off confused. Officer Bennett confronted accusations of premeditated abandonment. I played recordings, weeks of suspicious finance questions, health probes, the forest fight where he shook me, demanded money, said I'd die soon anyway. His voice on speaker, cold admission. Sorry it has to be this way.
Mom.
No choice. They'll kill me otherwise. At least your death means something. Face crumpled. How did you? Not helpless. Ryan. Recorded since suspicions grew. A mother senses when her son's plotting. He begged explanation, scared of Shark's threatening family. Thought quick end. No suffering intended. But intent clear left me stranded deliberately. Bennett cuffed him. Attempted murder.
Fraud.
Wait, I said. Showed changed will, everything to hospital and scouts. Not him. Shock hit hard. As they led him away. Safety settled in my home for first time in months. No more crisis calls. Creditors. Eggshell walking. 6 months later. Courtroom felt heavy. Ryan. Gaunt in orange. Sentenced to 15 years. Judge called actions heinous, betraying elderly trusting mother for gain. He glanced back. Regret, mixed resentment. Even now. Blaming me. Detective Bennett, promoted after lab bust. Walk me out. Lab crew convicted. My evidence key. Prevented huge drug flow. Offered search rescue volunteer role. My skills. Wilderness knowledge valuable. Driving home. Considered it. House lighter. Ryan's things donated. Letters arrived. Thanks from families saved by bust. Elderly inspired to report abusive relatives. One from Helen. Grandson stealing meds. My story gave courage to act. Protecting self matters more than shielding harmers. Phone rang. Neighbor inviting dinner. Accepted. Warmth returning. Closet held old camping gear. Pulled it out. Spread on bed. Age number only. David tried ending my story in woods. Instead, new chapter opened. But nights brought questions. How far does family loyalty stretch before self-preservation? Ryan's desperation twisted love into betrayal. Would honesty have changed path? Or greed inevitable? I volunteered next week. Found purpose aiding lost hikers. Sharing survival wisdom. Peace grew. But son's eyes haunted. Resentment lingered. Flashback deeper. Tuesday morning kitchen. Ryan desperate. I offered partial help, but full amount impossible. His shift from gratitude to calculation chilled. Camping prep filled with nostalgia, old photos. Meals planned. Ignored signs, bloodshot eyes. Lies about work. Drive north scenic, but tension built. Arrived remote spot. Argued intensified. He grabbed shoulders. Sign papers or die soon anyway. I recorded secretly. Walked away briefly. He drove off. Discovery of hum. Machinery anomaly in isolation. Followed. Risked exposure. Lab details vivid. Containers labeled precursors. Cookware stained. Armed guards pacing. Chase adrenaline surged despite age. Rocks hid me. Trail memory saved. Highway relief profound. 911 call pivotal. Coordinated raid busted ring fast. Confrontation raw. Ryan's papers scattered. Will reveal devastating. Trial testimony emotional. Detailing betrayal layers. Recordings played. Jury visibly moved. Post-sentencing. Reflection. Family bonds fragile when money poisons. Resilience key. My nursing grit. Camping savvy turned tide. Volunteering brought joy. Training sessions. Rescues successful. Community viewed me hero quietly. Yet moral echo. Son's quick end. Justification haunting. Desperation excuses violence? Society fails debtors. Pushing extremes? Letters continued. Empowering others. Dinner with ladies' social lifeline. Gear ready for next adventure. Not escape, but contribution. New beginning bloomed from near death. Betrayal forged strength. Justice restored balance. But family wound scarred deeply. What if I'd given more earlier? Hindsight tortures. Truth. Choice his. Survival mine. The chase through underbrush intensified my resolve. Each step reminded of past nights saving lives while mine hung by a thread now. Chemical fumes lingered in memory. Voices echoing threats. Reaching highway. Signal breakthrough felt miraculous. Operator calm, voice anchored panic. Police arrival swift. Bennett's questions probed intent carefully, distinguishing rage from premeditation legally. My house lights warm ironically as betrayal unfolded inside. Ryan's frantic gestures visible. Lies spinning. Door knock moment tense. His shock upon seeing me alive visceral, pale, stammering. Recordings playback courtroom-like preview, his desperate admissions damning. Will change reveal ultimate rejection.
Debt's his problem now.
Arrest procedural. Rights read. Transport quiet. Home aftermath. Organizing scattered papers cathartic. Donating belongings closure. Courtroom 6 months on. Prosecutor highlighted age vulnerability. Trust breach. Defense attempted desperation mitigation. Failed against evidence. Judge sentencing stern. Emphasizing heinous familial betrayal. Ryan's final glance, mixed emotions. Regret dominant yet resentment flicker. Detective update on lab. For convictions. Major impact. Volunteer. Offer accepted. Training rigorous but fulfilling. Letter stack inspiring. Parallels in elder abuse cases. Neighbor dinner lightened spirit. Normalcy returning. Gear preparation symbolic. Future adventures purposeful. Lingering question. Can forgiveness bridge such abyss? My path forward proved independent strength. Night walk sensory overload. Cold biting. Leaves whispering accusations. Distant animal calls, heightening isolation. Flashback enriched. Father's death grief bonding initially, then fracturing Ryan into gambling escape. Debt specifics. Online poker escalation.
Casino losses.
Shark visits described terrifying. Trip drive dialogues revealing cracks in facade. Lab confrontation. Snap, branch panic. Spotlight exposure terror. Raw sprint despite physical limits. Rock hideout breathing control technique from nursing. Trail navigation memory lane flashbacks. Highways sighting euphoria detailed. 911 emotional peak. Voice cracking revealing vulnerability, then steel. Cruiser ride confession catharsis. House arrival confrontation climax. Recordings multiple plays underscoring premeditation. Will envelope moment devastating for Ryan. Sentencing emotional weight. Orange jumpsuit symbol of lost potential. Volunteer integration. Team acceptance. Skill sharing. Letters emotional responses. Dinner social reconnection. Gear ritual hope renewal. Moral, societal pressures on middle-aged finances push family fractures. Self-preservation, not selfishness. 6 months post-sentencing evolved into 2 years thriving. Rescue mission successful. Lives saved echoing my survival. Community hero status quiet. Letters continued inspiring action against abuse. House peaceful sanctuary. No shadows of debt calls. Gear used actively. Wilderness now ally not threat. Ryan's prison updates none sought. Boundary firm. Moral residue. Love blinds to red flags. Greed corrupts blood bonds. Survival reveals inner power. Question lingers. In desperation. What lines do we cross? My story whispers caution. Resilience. New beginnings possible, even after deepest betrayal.